Of course we keep on going, though everybody knowing the truth about our way.
Francisco's making us breakfast, driving more delicious cereal, just like we had for dinner.
We will break it. We make the same mistakes we always made, and now let's face it.
How was that?
Cool. So I think biltong means like jerky. So most of the South African road driving that we've been doing is on these two-way roads, babe. I don't think that's a good idea. So there's a lot of passing of trucks. So a lot of times Francisco or the other driver will scoot over to the shoulder of the road and let them pass. And then to thank them, they always sit there four ways. So we're driving through the town of, how do you pronounce it? Is it like Bloemfontein?
I think so.
We're not stopping here. Just kind of taking it in as we're on our way to Lesotho, and just noticing it's a lot dirtier than some of the other towns we've been through. I mean, obviously there's all the fences and barbed wire everywhere, but that's like in every place we've been to in South Africa. So yeah, cities like these just aren't the best to drive through, but I still like getting kind of that inside perspective to what the different towns are like in a country. So if you just stick to the touristy areas, you don't really get an authentic feel. We're getting close to the mountain kingdom of Lesotho. Are you excited?
Yeah, nervous.
Yeah. So we'll be crossing the border and going into a new country, into the highest country in the world. We had to get a special letter to be able to cross the border. This is our first glimpse of it. Getting close to the border patrol here. I think it might be up here. Welcome to Maseru Bridge, port of entry. You're just gonna keep driving until someone yells at you, huh?
Essentially.
Fair enough. Welcome you to Lesotho. Lesotho. I have no idea. I guess we should go in.
Okay.
I do not know though. Don't know what to do.
Probably need a passport then.
Hello, Susie. Okay.
Thank you.
Go away.
You say go away.
Yeah.
He just said, he looked at our paperwork and he said, okay, go away. Here we go. Our second African country on this trip. Are you okay, honey?
Yeah.
Is that nerve-wracking?
A little bit.
It's just confusing. We went up to that customs office, but we're like, why would we need customs? That's just if you're like bringing stuff, and we really would just need like immigration, if anything. Let's see if anything happens up here now. Yeah, there should be a border crossing fee. I remember that.
That's what I thought.
Not working?
Confirm the people.
Say thank you. Okay, so here's Lesotho. Careful.
Yeah, I see
A lot of people walking around here. Okay, so I had marked a restaurant in Maseru, if you want to check where that is. I think it might be that stadium one that we just saw a billboard for. Just roadside cows. Roadside people. It's a fairly developed little city.
Yeah.
That's some grade A balancing skills, man. We're going. Okay, we're at a pack and pay. Pick and pay. Keep wanting to call it pack and pay. In Lesotho. Look at all the vegetarian options they have on Lesotho. Okay, simple meal of some veggie shawarma and some potato wedges. Francisco is not enjoying driving in Maseru. He's ready to get out of Dodge. Am I right?
True, yes.
I'm alright.
This is a bit much.
It's a bit much. Where do you think all these people are coming from?
I don't know.
So nice to be out of Maseru, right, honey?
Yes, Molly. It's much calmer driving out here.
Yeah. Some kind of roadblock here. He just waved us through, though.
You had a few people through. Maybe something with the taxis.
I don't know.
We still know we will break it. We make the same mistakes we always made, and now let's face it.
Dude, I don't know.
We're on the route that will take us to the Ha Kome cave houses. But as soon as we pulled up, what did this turn right at? Francisco was already very wary of this road, so I know we still got another 10 minutes or so driving on it.
I have no idea which one's going to turn. They're not.
I don't think you should turn. I think you should just go straight.
Okay. Yeah, we'll follow the sign.
There were signs here. Stop listening to her. So, Francisco has called it.
Yeah. The road just looks sketchy. Not sketchy, but I don't know if our little car can take it. I just wish it would, like some of those ruts over there, like on the whole it seems alright, but there are just pieces where I'm just wary that this little car can really manage it. Yeah, but we can't afford to mess up our car.
Of course we keep on going, though everybody know it. The truth about our way we tell.
Now we're on the road to our Airbnb. It's very bumpy. Francisco's having second thoughts about our decision to stay inside Lesotho. Hopefully this place doesn't suck.
I mean, our drive to Wigrins was the same.
Nice.
Pula ha ya kwaela. Ke tla kgona ho ba bona. Ha ba tlo go bona. Kofe. E ba tlo sambo. You get something very similar to this called baby. It's very similar.
Babe?
Footprint of Lesotho saurus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 tools. Yeah. Other ones are here. 1, 2.
Okay, you can see that one pretty good. Yeah.
Other ones. 1, 2, 3. There are many. We are willing to build the wall here to divert water to the other side.
Holy hellhounds, that has been an experience. Oh my gosh, I just feel so shaken up. Not that anything bad happened, just caught off guard for how this evening went.
It's been a trying day.
So today has just been so stressful. We honestly weren't sure if we were going to make it to our Airbnb because the roads were just crazy and we missed the turn going up and the roads were getting increasingly worse.
The problem was that like Google Maps had us going one way and local signs had us going the other. And I unfortunately put too much trust into Google Maps, so we got a little off track. The roads just didn't seem like it went anywhere. They were just very bad roads, and so it was a bit disconcerting.
And we tried to call the Airbnb guy. The first call didn't go through. I tried again, and luckily we got through. And he ended up meeting us.
Oh no, I was talking to his dad.
Oh, you're talking to his
And
dad?
I'm assuming his dad called him and he ran out to meet us.
Okay, so I didn't know that part.
Yeah. The sun was super nice. It couldn't have been more friendly and helpful.
But like just a little bit off-putting because in America, like, innkeepers don't just jump into your car. And
yeah, the way he greeted us was weird. He was asking for a ride to the guest house without that being very clear. Oh, sorry. So we weren't sure. We went from thinking it was someone with the guest house to thinking it was someone that did want a ride. That's a ride. To realizing it was a guy from the guest house.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very clear.
yeah, so we weren't sure if like we were just being stopped by some random local. I don't know. We're not used to the culture here, so it was just overwhelming to be approached like that. I mean, he got in the car and he drove us up and got us situated, and then he ended up driving with us to see the dinosaur footprints, which was like the only thing we've done in Lesotho, unfortunately. But apparently we were ripped off there, and the guide who took us to see the like 3 dinosaur footprints charged us 60 rand each, and it should have been like 60 rand total. I mean, sometimes that just happens, unfortunately, and people take advantage of you, but I mean, even, I'm not sure of his name. He called himself Isaac Jr., but I don't think that that was actually his name.
Yeah.
Just saying
I don't remember his actual name.
Isaac's son. But, so Isaac Jr. Had talked to his father and realized we were ripped off and it shouldn't have been that much to visit there. I mean, unfortunately, people will just take advantage of tourists sometimes, and oh well, at least we got to see what we came here for. I mean, not everything, but
Yeah.
it has been a day.
It's been a long day.
I don't think it went how we thought it would. I mean, Lesotho was just not what we expected.
Lesotho ended up being a lot more crowded than what we thought it would. I think, and my theory is that maybe it's because of the smaller country area. It just leads to more sprawl. It's just a very busy, hectic country. I think after a lot of driving through the South African countryside, where you could go like whole minutes without seeing a single car or person or anything moving, it was a bit of a shock to come into a much busier country. Like driving through Lesotho has felt like driving through parts of Cape Town. Just as far as like the hustle and bustle and just people everywhere.
No, it's been worse. It's been crazy driving here.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming. Francisco has put up with a lot.
That's true.
Well, we're just here for one night, so we'll just make the most of it.
Yeah.
It's, what, about 6 now?
I mean, when you travel, you're gonna have mixed experiences, and I'm still glad that we came. I mean, it's still interesting to see another country, how different it is, even when you're within the boundaries of South Africa. Lesotho is its own country and definitely feels very different. These experiences are kind of part of traveling, even if a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're alive.
That's true.
It was just really interesting. Like he even reassured us at one point, like, you guys know you're safe, right? Like, I got you. That almost makes you feel less safe though, honestly.
Yeah.
You're like, thanks for the reassurance, but the fact that you need to reassure us brings to mind,
which we
again, like,
I've seen a lot of, like the first Airbnbs, the beautiful garden one by the winery. Like, he reassured us that they had not had a robbery in like 14 years. But it kind of just draws attention to the fact that robbery is a concern. And like a lot of people assured us that it was, that where we were was safe, and like if we leave our stuff here it's safe, but it just kind of shines a light on the fact that there are places where it's not. Which you can say the same for America. We've discussed that a lot. Like there's definitely parts of the US where I would not feel safe leaving stuff or even being. When you're traveling, you definitely feel like there's an extra bit of vulnerability. Yeah. And feeling out of place that you don't have when you're in the States.
today was probably the most overwhelming day of this whole thing.
Foreign.
Babe, what language did you put this in? Is this Zulu?
I think so. Let me change it to English.
Here is Google in Sesotho.
We make the same mistakes